hello to you, hello to you. Hope everything is going well with you in your days and life. I am Whittle ASMR, and today I am going to do a video about teaching you and you guys Norwegian. If you're not already from Norway or don't already know Norwegian, I'm going to just teach you a few Norwegian words and some stuff around the language of my home country. Yeah, so all countries and cultures have their own fascinating things with both their culture and language, but today I'm going to focus on Norway, my home country, because sometimes I do videos about Norway, and today I wanted to do another video about that for those who enjoy those kind of videos. So I hope you're doing well, hope your day is going fine and good, and hope you're doing well, really. So let's just get right to it, shall we? I shall not waste much of your time today by babbling about other things. Let's just get right to it. I have brought the Norwegian flag with me, which you can see. This is how the Norwegian flag looks like. And the Norwegian word for flag is actually almost identical to the English word for flag. So the English word for flag is of course pronounced and spelled F-L-A-G. And the Norwegian word for flag is spelled F-L-A-G-G. That's the only difference in the Norwegian word for flag. There are two G's at the end. That's the only difference. There is one G in the English word, two G's in the Norwegian word. And when you say flag in English, you say it like this, flag. But when you say flag in Norwegian, you will say it like this, flagg, 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 flagg. So I'll say it 4 times in English and 4 times in Norwegian. Flag, 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 flag. And then in Norwegian, flagg, 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 flagg. And it has to be said a little differently, both because the Norwegian language and accent and everything is a little bit different than the English one, but also because there are 2 G's at the end. So was it spelled and pronounced a little differently. So yeah, I just thought I would have the Norwegian flag with me today. Yeah, and these are the colors of the Norwegian flag: red, blue, and white. Red, white, and blue. So I'm going to put this flag aside for now, and we're going to move on to the next part. One thing which is very important to understand about the Norwegian language is that we have 3 unique letters in the Nordic alphabet. Both Sweden and Norway have this, I know. So in Norway we have 3 letters at the end, which is not present in the English alphabet. So the alphabet is the same up to the end, and then in the Norwegian alphabet there are 3 unique letters. They are A, Ø, Å. A, Ø, Å. And A is essentially an E with a line drawn like this on the back of it. And this we call for A. And then there is Ø, which is an O with a line drawn across the O, which is Ø. Then you have Å, which is like an A, but with a small ring on top of it. And this is Å. And these letters are sometimes present in Norwegian words. And of course, because of these letters, it can be very difficult for a lot of foreigners to learn and speak a language because of these letters, because you know, most people in the world don't have to pronounce the letters A, Ø, Å. But of course, we in Norway and in some of the Nordic countries, at least Sweden, is born and raised with these letters, so we know how to pronounce them. They're a part of our vocabulary. A, Ø, Å. A, Ø, Å. So yeah, I can take some examples of words which contains these letters. So the Norwegian word for ear, for example, is actually øre. Øre. That's ear in Norwegian. And this is with these letters. Ø, R, E. Ø, R, E. Øre. Ear. And here the letter Ø is at the beginning. yeah. So yeah. So we also have the A and O, and let me think of just some words that contains the letters A and O, because they also show up not very often, but at times in some Norwegian words. Not super often talk. Not super often. Actually, yes, there is a word with O in it. Ås. Ås. And this means hillside. Hillside. Ås. The viewpoint from a hill, essentially. Ås. 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 So, yeah. And then there is, of course, the Norwegian word for honor. Are. Are. So, you know, honor, very important. And the Norwegian word for honor is A-R-E. A-R-E. Are. Are. Let's try that again. Let's see if you can, if you aren't from Norway, let's try to pronounce these letters. I know we can try to pronounce these words. It's super difficult, I know, but try. Are. Are. I mean, it's easy if you are Norwegian and raised with this, but it can be difficult if you're not. But try. Are. Are. Honor. Honor. Yeah. Ås. Ås. Yeah. Hillside. Hillside. Or viewpoint from a hillside. Yeah. Øre. Øre. Air. Air. Yeah. So, yeah, I just thought it was fun to just, you know, tell a little about those letters. But there are other things about Norway too. We can see here. This is a pillow in English. But in Norwegian the word is pute. P-U-T-E. P-U-T-E. Pute. Pute. Okay. In Norway we have a ceremonial head of state, like in many countries. And our ceremonial head of state is a king. And in Norway, the Norwegian word for king is konge. Konge. K-O-N-G-E. Konge. Konge. K-O-N-G-E. Konge. Konge. Yeah. And when, but the one who holds actual power in Norwegian politics and is our actual state leader, the one who has, who is sort of at the top of the political system in Norway, and who is the one who actually runs the state and the day-to-day affairs of the state, is of course our prime minister. And the Norwegian word for prime minister is statsminister. Statsminister. Which translates directly in English to state minister. State minister. Only in Norway, instead of calling it for prime, we call it for state minister. Statsminister. Statsminister. S-T-A-T-S-M-I-N-I-S-T-E-R. Statsminister. Statsminister. And then we have the Norwegian Parliament, which we call for the Storting. 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 S-T-O-R-T-I-N-G. Storting. Storting. And this is a little relevant now, because right now Norway is actually in election season. And there is an election coming up. I'm not going to get into the details of Norway's politics today, but there is an election coming up now in September, which is held every 4th year in Norway. And which will determine how the political landscape will look like for the next 4 years on our national level. And these parliamentary elections we call for stortingsvalg. Stortingsvalg. And the word at the end here, valg, is actually, in English it means election. So the Norwegian word for election is valg. Valg. V-A-L-G. Valg. V-A-L-G. Valg. Anyway, but there are more things I can tell. So our country's constitution, I'm going to add some, in addition to learning you some words in the language, I'm just adding some small facts about Norway to the video too, just to add a little, to it. So our country's constitution was signed on the 17th of May 1814, and because of that, 17th of May is our Constitution's Day, or as we call it in Norway, Grunnlovsdag. Grunnlovsdag. The Norwegian word for constitution is grunnlov. 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 And then there is, of course, the Norwegian word for love. Love and rules, Some people despise love and rules, other love love and rules. Some are more like to it, but that's beside the point. The Norwegian word for love is L-O-V, lov. L-O-V, lov. And then there is our Norwegian word for national day, nasjonaldag. N-A-S-G-O-N-A-L-D-A-G. Nasjonaldag. I'll take that one again because it's a long word. N-A-S-G-O-N-A-L-D-A-G. Nasjonaldag. And at the end of that word is the Norwegian word for day, which is dag. D-A-G. Dag. Day, essentially. D-A-G. Dag, which means day. A day in a week, Okay. And of course, the Norwegian word for dag, the Norwegian word for day, for day, dag, is actually also sometimes used as a name in Norway. So there are people named Dag in Norway. It's just like the Norwegian word for bear, and here we get that unique letter again, Ø. The Norwegian word for bear is B-G-Ø-R-N. B-G-Ø-R-N. Bjørn. Bjørn. And this is also some people who in Norway have as a name. Some people have this Norwegian word as their name, Bjørn. It's a name in Norway. Bjørn, Bjørn, Bjørn. Yeah, so it can both be a name on a person, but it also refers to the bear animal. So it kind of serves a double purpose, actually, in Norway. Anyway, we also have my name, which is actually an old Norse name, Vetle. V-E-T-L-E. V-E-T-L-E. Vetle. It's an old Nordic Norse name, yeah. So it's not a very common name around the world, and it's a very Norwegian name, to put it mildly. I haven't met a lot of other Vetels or Vetles in my life. Anyway, but there are other people in Norway who also has this name, I'm not the only one, just to be clear. Anyway, yeah. And by the way, and this can be relevant, so sometimes we in Norway, just like in any continent, talk of our ancestry, and the Norwegian word for ancestry is essentially slekt, essentially family. Slekt, S-I-S-L-I-K-T. S-L-I-K-T. Slekt. The Norwegian word for ancestry. S-L-I-K-T. Slekt. And slekt in Norway means both the current broader family, which includes cousins and everything, but also the family of the past, your ancestors, essentially. Me, for example, I am actually I'm of Norwegian ancestry and also actually of Finnish ancestry. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Whereas a lot of I have a lot of ancestors who came from Finland too, because there was a kind of migration from Finland to Norway a century ago. So I am descended both of my lineage is both of Norwegian and Finnish ancestry. So yeah, so I may have some, or actually I do have some slight Finnish blood in me too, in addition to the Norwegian blood. Anyway, just when we got into the whole ancestry thing. Anyway, just a curious side fact, not relevant, I mean relevant, but not that interesting, just a small fact I had to do. Let's do 2 more Norwegian words. Actually, yes, book. That's very interesting because it's very similar to the English word. In English, the word book is B-O-O-K, right? But in Norwegian, the word is B-O-K. There's one less O in the Norwegian word for book. So in Norway, we say book. In English, we say book. But in Norwegian, we say book. There's one less O, you see. So book. So, yeah. Is there anything else I can take? Yeah, you know what? I do a lot of candy and chocolate videos, so I'll do the Norwegian words for candy and chocolate. Candy is in Norwegian godteri. G-O-D-T-E-R-E, godteri. G-O-D-T-E-R-E, godteri. And the Norwegian word for chocolate is sjokolade. S-G-O-K. I'll begin again. I'll take it from the start. S-G-O-K-O-L-A-D-E. I'll do it again. S-G-O-K-O-L-A-D-E. Sjokolade. It's a sunny, beautiful day, and it's green. And the Norwegian word for green, you know, is grønn. G-R-Ø-N-N. Grønn. And the Norwegian word for sun is sol. S-O-L. Sol. And now I'm just going to put together a sentence here. Det en vakker, solfylt grønn dag. But I just said it's a beautiful, sunny green day. Det en vakker, solfylt grønn dag. It's a beautiful, sunny green day. And the Norwegian word for beautiful is vakker. V-A-K-K-I-R. Vakker. V-A-K-K-I-R. Vakker. Okay, I think that's enough for today. I thought this was a very enjoyable video to do, and I hope you've enjoyed me just teaching a few Norwegian words and a little stuff around the Norwegian language and words and stuff, and I hope you've enjoyed listening and just hearing me ramble a little about this today. Yeah, it's always fun to do this kind of videos, to be honest. So yeah, and I even put together a sentence at the end so, in Norwegian. So for you who are interested in this. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, and all the best to you, and hope you enjoyed today's video. All the best to you. Have a great week.